There's been a debate raging online for the past few days in the lead up to the new Greta Gerwig Barbie film, and this has to do with Margot Robbie's appearance. Margot Robbie, mid without makeup post sparks furious backlash.
So furious it is in that bastion of journalism, Newsweek.
Yeah, this made
Newsweek. They don't print just any old gossip story.
No. This is important. A debate about how beautiful Margot Robbie is has caused an online stir. Millions have become embroiled in the discussion after some Twitter users agreed that Australian actress and Academy Award nominee Robbie is only mid-attractive. Mid is a slang term often used in a derogatory way to suggest something or someone is average or below. And so
this isn't like an Aussie thing. This is general slang, because I never heard this until.
No, mid is a thing. Mid is a thing. Yeah, okay. Apparently that's what the kids are saying nowadays.
It's the kind of slang Aussies would come up with. That's why I first thought it was Aussie.
Well, we're going to hear from a very popular Aussie, very influential Twitter Aussie in a minute, because he's the final authority on this, as we know. Yes. But here's a picture, Margot Robbie without makeup. This is her without makeup, definitely mid. I mean, what a ridiculous opinion. You know, I mean, movie stars wear makeup when they're on camera and at events. Everybody without makeup looks more ordinary than when they do with makeup. That's the whole point of makeup. So here's another picture. She is a hard 7. Used to find a Margot Robbie in every Blockbuster video in 1995. So, is Margot Robbie mid or not? Matt Gaetz actually chimed in on this at the Turning Points conference. No. And he ruled that she is not, in fact, mid. He said no. He said a 10 is a 10, even with Common Core math. That was his comment. But that's boring. Who cares about Matt Gaetz? What I'm interested in is the opinion of a true expert, the true alpha male of Twitter. I am talking, of course, folks, about Nick Adams. Everybody know who this guy is? If you don't follow Nick Adams on Twitter, you really have to. Nick Adams, alpha male, this ultra MAGA Australian big guy, pitches himself as this alpha male, talks about eating chicken wings and drinking domestic beer at Hooters with his mates and stuff like that. It is such a funny account. It's almost like an Andy Kaufman account, because it's not quite a parody account, but at the same time, you just can't believe that it's a serious account, right? It's got to be some kind of shtick.
It's like Andrew Tate without the protein powder.
Exactly, yeah. like a puffy, cushy Andrew Tate. But here he is weighing in on the question: is Margot Robbie mid?
Heard a lot of debate recently about whether or not Margot Robbie is mid. And I keep getting asked to weigh in.
Alpha male. See, he's got the cigar, sitting out by the pool. This disgusting pool with the fucking black water. Like, where is he?
He's out in the outback somewhere.
Where the fuck is he? It's like it's such a weird locale for a video like this. Like, he's trying to flex his status because he's got his cigar and his swimming pool. But he's dressed like a schlub. He's got that weird, like, industrial door behind him. And then the water itself is just a dark, dingy pool. Looks like it hasn't been cleaned in 3 fucking years.
He wandered into the community area of an apartment complex.
Exactly. Here's the alpha male.
First of all, no one's asking the right questions. Is Margot Robbie easy on the eyes? Of course she is. Now, personally, I prefer women to have a little bit more meat on their bones.
I'll bet you do.
Cushion for the pushing, as the old saying goes.
I'm sure they look for the same thing in a man, conveniently for you. Yes.
Conveniently, yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
And with that being said, perhaps she is not best equipped to play Barbie, if you're after a portrayal of the authentic, original character. Could she work at Hooters? Sure she could. Would she stand out at Hooters, if you know what I mean? Probably not. Now look, I'm not a superficial bloke.
Oh, no.
And
you don't seem like it.
I look deeper than most when it comes to a woman's character.
I'm sure you do. I look deeper than most.
The best thing,
I love
most
this guy.
attractive women are good homemakers and good caretakers. Does Margot Robbie strike me as the kind of Sheila that would support her husband having regular foursomes with the boys?
Now, maybe there's a Aussie to American translation there, but foursomes with the boys sounds a little bit maybe not as alpha as it does over there. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's a lost in translation thing.
Yeah, I'll ask the wife there.
What he means by that is, going out with the mates to watch football at Hooters and drink beer. He posts about this on his feed all the time. This is the most hilarious account on social media. You definitely have to follow him.
Probably.
He's amazing.
Does Margot Robbie strike me as the kind of bird that would have dinner ready every night at 6 p.m. sharp?
Sharp.
No. Margot Robbie doesn't strike me as the kind of woman that would cook you a steak breakfast in the morning, which, by definition, is mid.
By definition, if you don't make a steak breakfast, you're mid. So that solves it right there.
Alpha males care a lot more about these qualities than good looks. We want women that'll make our lives easier, keep our houses clean, and
like the pool.
our stomachs.
He needs a wife to take care of that pool, maintain that pool. I mean, that pool is just
that would be a very
out of
special
control.
wife.
Out of control.
Full. Taking all of that into consideration, I officially hereby declare Margot Robbie to be mid.
All right, well, he has spoken. He has spoken.
All right, so
The
we have
authority has
someone
spoken.
weighing in here. Apparently, foursome with the boys means golfing.
Okay, all right, interesting. Good to know.
Yeah, so that's like, yeah, he's definitely doing parody. That's like an Australian type. It's an Australian type. I don't even know how to translate it. It's like a cross between. Okay, if we had something that would represent like a redneck, but kind of with a New Yorker overtone, like a plumber. Like this is like an Aussie type, like the chubby guy who drinks all day and has a sausage sizzle, as they would call it. They don't actually say that shrimp on the Barbie shit. That's what this guy is.
All right,
He's like a classic. That's what I was saying to you. This would be like if somebody from another country saw Andrew Dice Clay and didn't know if it was a joke. Like I'm pretty sure within the cultural context of Australia, that's clearly a joke. That's clearly a parody.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's got to be a severe tongue-in-cheek element. Like, I believe he's really a MAGA guy, and he probably does fancy himself a ladies' man, He's got an ego.
Bogan, exactly.
But, yeah.
Johnny, you're an Australian? Yeah. That's what they call a bogan.
Okay.
They call a bogan in Australia. Yes, exactly.
All right,
that was
so
what,
then we know
when
the
I when I got my Akubra hat, I asked my wife, what do you think? That was the first time I heard that expression. She said, you look like a bogan.
Look like a bogan. All right. See, so we learned something about this guy because he has a fascinating Twitter handle. I mean, it's really, really funny stuff, very bombastic. He is a political guy, but a lot of it is just so over the top like that. Would you have dinner ready at 6 p.m. sharp?
Yeah.
No. By definition, then she is mid. Yeah, exactly. Like when one of his favorite football players loses a football game, he'll be like, the NFL rigged the game against alpha male, pro-Trump, Christian conservative quarterback, and then whoever.
Right, so obviously he's doing a bit.
He's doing a bit. He's got to be doing a bit. Exactly. He's doing shit.
Now on the question itself, it is true that when you run into these, I mean, if you live in a city like New York or LA, every now and then you run into celebrities. Yeah, man. I mean, they don't look like you think they look. Nobody does. That's the point. Nobody does. Like, yeah, man, somebody puts that much makeup, that much lighting, that much work into you. Of course, you're going to look like not human levels of attractive. But it's pretty hard to do if you're not attractive to begin with. Like, she's a ridiculously attractive woman. And then when you do that to her, she's ethereal.
Right, exactly. But I know this Barbie movie is like the latest target, right? It's the latest thing that they're trying to get something going against. And the Barbie movie seems to me, I know it's done by Greta Gerwig, who did Lady Bird. You know, it seems to me like more like one of these old-fashioned, what do you call it, feminist movies. I know feminism is not a thing people like to talk about much anymore. That's old school woke. That's like 2014 woke stuff.
Yeah,
you know, this seems like kind of a throwback to that, from what I am gathering.
Maybe.
I saw the trailer to it. It actually looked pretty clever for what it is. I mean, obviously, it's not my thing, but I saw the trailer to it when I was at the movies last. And yeah, I mean, it looks like a clever concept. You know, the Barbie escaping the Barbie world, trying to make it in real life. Seems all right if that's what you're into.
Is that what it's about?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sorry if I spoiled it for you. I know you were really going to be out the opening night lineup.
I was going to be. I mean, I will actually go see Oppenheimer when it opens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Barbie. If it becomes enough of a cultural phenomena, I might see it for the show.
Right.
If we decide to cover it here, it looks like. I mean, it looks like it's going to be a big hit. It has that kind of like energy and buzz behind it. Right. So it seems like unless it totally sucks.
Well, it's got Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. I mean, those are two huge names as movie stars go today.
As we've been seeing all summer, doesn't mean what it used to. But it seems like that movie is gonna hit the right note unless it's really bad.
Yeah, indeed. And it probably won't be really bad. I mean, Lady Bird was pretty good for what it was. It wasn't great, but it was pretty good.
I like Lady Bird a lot.
Yeah, Lady Bird was good. It was well done.
Please clap.